I'm the dude. So that's what you call me.
Are you a virgin?
Yeah, not since I was 10.
Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
Come on to the coast. We get together, have a few laughs.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Can I return it if it doesn't fit?
It always fits. Eventually.
Welcome back to Movie Mingle. I'm Caveman.
And I'm Maggie.
And today we are on episode 9 and we watched The Departed.
Pew, 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 pew. Everybody's dead. Pew, 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 pew.
2006.
20 years old, this film.
This film is now 20 years old this year. Directed, of course, by the great Martin Scorsese. Last week we talked about Meryl Streep and her Oscar nominations, but she's at least won like a handful. Mm-hmm. Martin Scorsese has been nominated 16 times.
Yeah. And
he got an Oscar for directing this movie. And that is the only Oscar he has.
Choices.
For who? This is also our fourth Martin Scorsese film while we've been doing this podcast. Taxi Driver, mm-hmm. Wolf of Wall Street, mm-hmm. Shutter Island, and now The Departed. So if you like any of those films, look at season 1 because we did those first 3. I've seen a few more on top of that list, and I'm trying, even though I haven't watched any new Martin Scorsese films yet, or new to me. But my goal is that by the end of 2027, I want to have seen his entire filmography. Mm-hmm. So I have, a year and a half plus.
For how many films?
Oh, I don't know.
Too many to count.
I mean, quickly. Yes, he's got a good handful. I didn't count. I mean, if he's been nominated 16 times, and a lot of those are for directing, some of them are also for screenplay. So a good handful, and I have not seen that many on top of the 4 that we've already watched. Mm-hmm. I've seen a handful.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like maybe an extra 3 or 4 more.
Well, I mean, pitter patter, honey.
I know. Like, what am I waiting for?
Fucking get after it.
I got time.
We could just get this over with really quickly. You can go watch another one.
Watch it? Yeah, sure.
While I shove my head into a TikTok feed.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
It was written by Alan Mack, who was the writer and director of a movie called Infernal Affairs from 2002. That was 4 years before this movie came out. He wrote that movie along with Felix Chong. It is a Chinese movie, and it was the movie that this movie was based on.
Yeah. I didn't actually know until I was doing my research that this was a remake, essentially.
Somebody had told me before, but as we were watching this movie yesterday or whatever it was, mm-hmm. When I was writing up these notes, I was like, oh yeah, somebody told me that this was based on a Chinese crime movie, and it's only an hour and a half, that one.
Yeah.
So you could save an hour by watching that one instead of this one. But it has also been remade in India and called Hammam in 2008. It was remade also in South Korea called City of Damnation in 2009. And it was remade in Japan called Double Face in 2012.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's been, what's that? Like 4 or 5. It's been made into 5 different
adaptations
in different
like cultures,
languages and cultures. Yeah. And the screenplay adaptation for this film was by William Monahan. We talked about him before when we did Kingdom of Heaven. He was the screenplay writer for Kingdom of Heaven. All right. He also did Body of Lies from Ridley Scott, the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Russell Crowe.
Okay.
He also did Edge of Darkness with Mel Gibson and Ray Winstone, so he went on to work with Ray Winstone again. He also did The Gambler with Mark Wahlberg, so he went on to work with Mark Wahlberg again. He also wrote the screenplay for the movie Mojave with Oscar Isaac.
Oscar!
Somehow Palpatine returned.
I love him so much.
And then lastly, a movie called The Tender Bar, directed by George Clooney.
Cool.
Sorry, not up to date on my George Clooney movies.
I am also not up to date on my George Clooney movies.
Music was done by Howard Shore.
So Lord Baron von Howard Shore, our beloved, of course, from many things.
Lord of
but
the Rings, the
yeah.
Hobbit, the
Yeah.
Hobbit movies, of course.
Fucking,
In his early days, Scanners and Videodrome.
and Silence of the Lambs.
And Science of the Lambs, which
Yeah.
we've done for the
Yeah.
podcast.
We love Howard Shore. We will always
Fly.
love Howard Shore. I mean, I didn't clock the music in this movie as much.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't have told you any like themes outside of like the needle drops. I didn't clock the music, but I was having my own internal struggles, so I wasn't paying much attention to the music.
He also did Seven, which we have up episode 4, and a favorite of Movie Mingle's Dogma.
Oh yeah. Of course he did Dogma.
Yeah.
Oh God, his score for Dogma is effortlessly perfect. Yeah.
It's great. And, literally 100 more movies.
Yeah.
Over 100. Cinematography. This is very interesting because we just did The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh.
And the
yeah.
cinematographer is not
Oh, it's
Florian
not the same-
Ballhaus, who was...
Oh.
It's Michael Ballhaus,
Oh.
the father of Florian Ballhaus,
Oh.
who was a cinematographer for The Devil Wears Prada. But Michael was, I think, the reason why Florian
Well, I would
was
assume so.
starting out as a first and second
Yeah.
assistant on a lot of these movies, a lot of big Scorsese movies.
Were they movies that his father
was the
fucking,
cinematographer
there
for,
you
like
go.
Goodfellas and The Temptation
I
of
mean,
Christ and the...
that's a nepo baby working in the best way.
Right?
That's starting like getting
That's
into the
getting
business of your father,
the ground level.
working
I
your
mean,
way up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought that was a pretty... And the fact that we happened to choose these two movies back to back.
That is very interesting.
Just out of happenstance.
It's just because also they went up against each other for the Oscars, right?
Not for cinematography. Because Devil
No.
Wears Prada didn't get
No, but I
their
mean,
movies,
the movies
were
did.
nominated the same
Yeah,
year. Yeah,
we
both
did
movies were
not-
made the same year.
We did not know that when we chose this list and when we were slotting movies into place. This is entirely...
There's a few movies
is
now that
a bit of
we've
a
done
coincidence.
this season that were like, oh, look at this
Look at this
coincidence.
coincidence. Yeah, it's funny how it ends up working, but
Just shows you that Hollywood's not as big.
Oh, no,
like we were
Hollywood's-
talking about how small it was when we were doing The Thin Man.
yeah.
It's big, but it's not.
No.
It's still a
Hollywood's
small
just
world.
Made of a bunch, like 6 inbred families and a lot of Botox.
So Michael Bauhaus,
Made some choices in this film.
as far as cinematography goes, I think his choices were pretty great. He was nominated. He's been nominated for 3 Oscars, but never won any of them. Gangs of New York, The Fabulous Baker Boys with Jeff and Beau Bridges, which I think I saw once with my parents.
Oh, that's definitely a movie. Like I walked
Michelle
through
Pfeiffer's
the living
also in
room
that
while my
movie.
dad was watching it.
And he was the cinematographer, of course, for Goodfellas and Bram Stoker's Dracula with his son. Rotten Tomatoes has The Departed at a 91% from critics and a 94% from audiences. The movie was made for $90 million.
I mean, that's mostly the fucking cast.
Sure.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think
everything else
DiCaprio's at least 20.
Yeah, and I mean everything else.
I'm sure Jack Nicholson isn't cheap.
Like shot in the city, shot in New York, shot in Chicago, kind of a mixture of the both. But
Chicago or Boston?
Boston, sorry. Whatever.
There's a difference. Especially the people from Boston and
Yeah,
Chicago.
Chicago. They're like, motherfuckers. I'm like, I'm sorry.
But 90 million's a pretty normal
Yeah, that's a decent movie
for the early
size.
2000s.
Yeah, that's
on a movie like
I
on
mean,
this
I'm
scale.
almost shocked it wasn't made for more based on like salaries because goddamn this cast. It'd be 150 million these days.
Maybe
and that's
20 years
about
ago.
right.
Maybe 20 years ago, everybody's salaries were just a little bit lower.
Yeah, I don't think Leonardo DiCaprio was making 20 million when this
No,
movie came out.
not this
I
one.
think this movie helped him get to 20 million a picture.
For sure.
But I don't think that. Yeah.
Well, it made 132
Yeah.
domestically and 160 million internationally.
So not a big hit.
No.
I mean,
it wasn't
comparatively,
huge.
that's not a big.
It's
as
not bad for a
beloved as it
Scorsese
is.
film, though.
Yeah.
No information on specifics with home media. However, I was able to find out that every time there was a new release of this, whether it was DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, Steelbook, 4K, every time it was just widespread, just
Panic buying.
sellouts. Like
Yeah.
Amazon would sell out. Like anytime they get a new version
Yeah.
up, there's a pretty big demand when it happens.
You know, and I mean, you own the DVD, and it was goddamn near impossible to watch.
Yeah, we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
As big as we are into physical media,
Yeah.
one drawback is when technology, the hardware, keeps getting updated and modernized, all the bells and whistles from the 2020s, and when my movies from 20 years ago,
Yeah.
it doesn't quite
yeah.
look great
A DVD,
or sound great.
A DVD that plays in a Blu-ray on a 4K television
Yes.
does not look or sound great.
No.
So much so
To the
that
point that we're like,
let's just rent it.
let's just rent it.
Yeah.
We already own it. We're going to spend more money on it.
Yeah, I mean, it was for the quality alone, because the first, 13 minutes that we were watching it on the DVD, I had a really hard time with a lot of it.
Yeah.
But once we swapped over to the better quality, I was able to pick up things better. Like, it was so distractingly bad that I was, missing out on dialogue and stuff.
Yeah. Our computer here has a DVD player, and the screen isn't, super 4K or anything. So there are times where I will watch a movie on this DVD player.
Yeah, why not?
Because the quality still looks fine. I'm wearing headphones, so the audio is fine.
Yeah. And it's roughly the same size as the TV you probably had as a kid. That thought was huge.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Probably is. My first TV,
Yeah.
before I even got a tube TV, PlayStation, the PS1,
Yeah.
had an attachment, a screen attachment that you could attach to the
The
to the
console?
system
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
And it would become it would just become this little portable
Screen.
and
Yeah.
DVD player
Yeah.
setup that I would actually take to friends' homes and we'd watch.
Huddle up and watch something
Yeah.
together.
Just because it was, so much cheaper than
Yeah.
buying a big TV. Eventually, of course, I did.
Yeah.
I think in the late 90s, early 2000s, I bought my first TV along with my first DVD player. Same day. And my first DVDs, which were Saving Private Ryan and The Matrix
You know what? I was just thinking about this. I
from Circuit
don't
City.
think I've ever bought myself a TV. Growing up, obviously, my dad bought. My dad likes entertainment, so he was fairly up to date on stuff. It didn't mean he didn't use the old stuff. We had vinyl players too, and 8-tracks and stuff like that. But he liked having a good sized TV, so he would upgrade himself when he could treat himself to that.
Sure.
I feel like every TV I've ever had has been either a hand me down, from my parents. We
Yeah.
got a better TV, so this one's yours now. Or I moved in with you and you had your own TVs. And we've bought TVs together. You've bought TVs for the family.
If it makes you feel better, I was using your paycheck to pay for these
That
TVs.
does make you feel a little better. I'm just saying, I've never bought myself my own personal television. And that's just a weird thought, because you're like, oh yeah, I've bought myself TVs before. And I was like, I have never done that.
Nominated for 5 Oscars, a bunch of Golden Globes, BAFTAs, Critics' Choice Awards. It won an Oscar for Best Film, beating out Babel, Letters from Iwo Jima, Little Miss Sunshine, and The Queen. Mark Wahlberg was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, but it went to Alan Arkin for Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh, I do love Adam Arkin so much.
Yeah, especially in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Steve Carell are great. Jackie Earle Haley was nominated as well for Little Children.
Well, I was going to say for little children.
Yeah, Jumon Hansu for Blood Diamond, which is hilarious because when we were trying to watch the DVD for The Departed,
the trailers kept popping up. And Caveman kept skipping them. And I was like, motherfucker, you don't want to watch 2 minutes of nostalgia-ass trailers?
I'm trying to get to the movie.
It's 2 minutes of nostalgia.
But the one trailer we did watch was for
fucking
Blood Diamond.
which I have never seen. And I even wrote down, I need to Wikipedia the plot.
But DiCaprio's accent
Oh,
in that
fucking
movie,
DiCaprio's accent
so bad.
is so bad.
And maybe
in
the
that
reason
trailer.
why I've never heard him do an accent
Oh,
again.
1000%. Although his Boston accent wasn't much fucking better, let me tell you. Jesus Christ, it was fucking terrible, that one. DiCaprio can't do accents. And bless his sweetheart. He can't. He can do a Southern voice and he can do his voice. End of list.
But even his Southern voice sounds a little Foghorn Leghorn.
It's a little he can't
Not as-
fucking do voices.
Not as not as harsh as Don Johnson in
Yeah.
Django Unchained. Still,
It's close. It was hammy.
he sticks to just his normal accent. He's fine. Eddie Murphy was also nominated for Dreamgirls.
And lost it because of Norbit. Yes, he lost it because of Norbit.
Didn't do Norbit. Yeah,
If
he
he
would
didn't
have
do Norbit, he would have won an Oscar.
for sure. Martin Scorsese won Best Director, as I said before. The Departed also won Best Adapted Screenplay. So William Monahan got an Oscar for that. It beat out Children of Men for screenplay. And
That's a goddamn travesty.
that
Is a goddamn travesty.
that's probably like that's probably the biggest thing I'm upset about this movie for, is the fact that I like this movie. Watching it again, and because I have seen some other, have rewatched
I
some
was
other.
going to say, the other day you said this was
This is
your
my
favorite
favorite.
Scorsese movie.
Yeah, I think I'm back to Casino, because Casino was my second.
Yeah.
And now I think I've swapped them again. So now Casino's on top and The
Well,
Departed.
we're watching
We
Casino
are, and
soon.
who knows? I'm gonna end up watching. I've also haven't seen all those movies,
Yeah.
so there's gonna be
Yeah.
a lot of
changing
change-ups.
around.
And eventually, I think I'm gonna post my Scorsese ranking on Letterboxd. So check out that at Movie Mingle
I'd
Pods.
say my favorite's probably still Wolf of Wall Street. But
Actually, no, it's on my personal Letterboxd. Anyway,
anyways.
the editor for The Departed was done by the long lasting partnership that Scorsese's had with his editor, Thelma Schoonmaker. She's worked on pretty much all of his movies over the decades, and Thelma Schoonmaker won for Best Editing for The Departed. This is another issue I have with this movie.
The editing's terrible.
She is like a world famous editor that is known for just great work, from Goodfellas to all of his modern movies. Like, he works with her all the time, and known for how great her editing is. And I do not like the editing of this movie.
So bad.
It's so bad that I wonder, they were like, I haven't seen Infernal Affairs,
Yeah.
and I'm wondering, is Infernal Affairs edited like this and they're doing an homage to it? Because I've never seen a Scorsese film edited like this.
The editing was so distracting to me, and I couldn't stand it. I pointed out that scene in the police cop graduation ceremony.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Where it literally shows 4 different shots of Matt Damon in probably 30 seconds.
And I wasn't paying attention enough, and I thought they were showing both Matt, because they seem to have graduated at the same time.
No, I think DiCaprio's character was like maybe a year behind Matt Damon's character. But they showed Matt Damon 4 separate times. And they kept doing, which drives me crazy because it reminds me of a fucking Michael Bay movie, when the camera turns around the face of the person.
That is such a Michael Bay thing to
It
do.
is such a Michael Bay thing to do, and they did it a lot in this movie.
Yeah,
and
it's such
especially
a-
in the 4 Matt Damon scene, the last one ends with it coming up behind him and swooping around to face him.
It's like an amateur move.
Oh, it's absolutely amateur.
And it's
so cheesy. It's so dated.
And well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, Michael Bay has made that his signature
it's
move.
like
That when you
fucking
see it,
J.J.
you're-
Abrams and Lens Flares, which he got away from, by the way, guys. It was like 3 movies. All right? It was 3 movies.
But it was 3 movies in a row.
Yeah, and it was a lot. But he learned. He
It was his-
listened. He learned. He moved on.
It was like his lens flare
Era.
era. Thank you.
Was this movie
perfection.
just sort of like, when Jamie Lee Curtis finally got her Oscar because she's Jamie Lee Curtis and finally fucking deserved it, even though she didn't, and it should have gone to Angela Bassett for Wakanda Forever, but like, whatever. But is it like that thing where they were just like, you know what, he deserves one. We're gonna throw it at him for
He's
this
been
one.
nominated so many times. We
Like,
need to
was
give
this
him at
his
least
fucking
one.
golden hand job? Because I
Here's your one, Scorsese.
don't get it. Like, look, I've enjoyed Scorsese films, and I have disliked Scorsese films.
Sure.
I
don't like all of them, but
don't
I like a lot of them.
I don't see what the hoopla about this movie is.
Really?
I don't.
Not even the story?
There were moments that captured me. There were moments, like especially towards the end, even though I knew what happens to Leonardo DiCaprio, when it happened, I still let out such a gasp. I was expecting it because I know what that scene looks like. I know how it's set dressed because I've seen it so many times in pop culture. But this is my first time watching this movie, by the way, if I hadn't said it already. So, like, I knew that it was coming, and when it happened, I was still like, motherfucker, like, it shocked me. So there were moments in the story that were decent. But is this just a dude film? Is that it? Like, dude's just like the bang bang, shooty shooty, coke orgy actor? Like, do people...
I mean, yes, people, men, people...
Like, I'm just saying, you know how, like, there are chick flicks and there are dick flicks. And I genuinely think this is a dick flick.
I mean, are there any gangster movies that you're kind of into?
That's the other problem. I really don't like gangster movies. I mean,
what's the one with Kevin Costner and...
The Untouchables?
Yeah, The Untouchables.
Never seen it.
Oh, my God. You might actually like that one because it's not this level of...
I might just... I don't mind a good old classic gangster. A nice 1930s gangster. Ha-ha, Johnny, you're never gonna catch me, Robba. Pew pew. Like, fuck yeah, I'm down for that. I guess it's these ultra-violent Irish, Italian mob movies where it's just blood, guts, gore, and stupid fucking broads. And it's never been my thing. Like, I enjoyed The Godfather, but The Godfather is a classic, right? This is not a classic to me. I don't get it. There were some moments that I enjoyed, and there were some qualities to the production that I really enjoyed. The acting, the cast, how fucking ridiculous these goddamn accents were. They were so fucking stupid. I loved every single one of them. Mark Wahlberg's was so distracting. It took me out of the movie several times. I wouldn't have traded that performance for anything. But I just did not enjoy it. There was so much more to this movie that I viscerally cringed at or gagged at or just kind of hated. I love the masshole accent, but these were fucking ridiculous. Jack Donaghy's was so fucking bad. It was as bad as it is when he is in 30 Rock with fucking what's her face doing his old Boston accent.
Julianne Moore.
Thank you, Julianne Moore. It was so bad, and I loved it.
I actually wrote in my notes when we were watching it, my first note, Jack Donaghy from 30 Rock was invited by Scorsese to be in this movie.
No, that is 1000% Jack Donaghy, and I fucking loved it. But I still couldn't get over Jack Nicholson asking that girl if she started her period yet. That we were like 10 minutes in, and I was like, "Huh."
Yeah, it goes strong.
It goes strong.
Right out of the gate.
And I don't like excessively strong movies in some cases. In a lot of cases. It's so much. It's maximalism in
when Jack Nicholson has to say every single racial slur in the book.
Every single racial slur in the book.
Single one.
Which does kind of make me wonder. I mean, Martin Scorsese has written a lot of awful racist people. It's like Tarantino in his early days, you know, when he was just throwing that word around just to throw it around because he could, because he was the writer, man, and that's what writers do. Like,
it's not me. It's the story.
Writing. It's the story, man.
It's the character.
Yeah, like
that's what the character's saying to me.
It's so unnecessary.
It is.
And
but it does make it.
And I can't believe literally the queen of swear words, is saying this. But having more swear words in your movie does not make it more adult.
There's a line. I'm all for swear words like in South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut.
Oh, yeah.
But after a while, the 50th racial slur is...
followed by a fucking twat and you fucking cunt and you fucking asshole and you fucking homo.
Fucking queer.
Yeah, fucking queer. Like, we get it.
Okay.
We get it.
And
you know what, I'm sure... Well, there are some people that'd be like, it's kind of how they talk in Boston.
I'm sure that is, and it does make it more of that...
authentic, or whatever.
And it is very authentic, but
it's not wholly necessary.
It is not.
And I can't believe I'm saying that. But on the flip side, again, as a woman who fucking loves to swear, God damn it, I love a good swear word. I will never wear swear words, and I won't put them on my car because I think that's tacky. If I accidentally say fuck and a child is around and the parent is like, oh my God, I wish that they hadn't have said that. You know, genuinely, I'll feel bad, or even see the kid and be like, I should have rephrased myself. I should have checked myself on that one. But if it's
fuck 'em.
written on my car for everybody to see, it's tacky.
Yeah, it is. The car,
That
and
bitch
clothes.
doing mom shit. Ew.
Or just like a fuck you. Like I've seen them just fuck you in
fuck you.
a
And
middle finger.
It's like,
attack.
wow, you are
Like I'm
such a sad
You must
person.
be so fun at parties.
Yeah. Oh, God, I'm so glad I don't know you.
All right, let's get into the cast. We've got our main character, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, Billy. And, I mean, we've done... I didn't count how many Leo movies
Yeah,
we've done.
we've-
So many on this
We've
podcast.
blown Leonardo DiCaprio a
We
couple
have
of
blown-
times.
And if you don't know what movies Leo's been in,
yeah. You're like,
this
just...
podcast isn't for you.
Yeah, come on, guys. Like, he's fucking done it all. He's Leonardo goddamn DiCaprio.
Same thing with Matt Damon.
Yeah. No, Matt Damon, I was like, are we going to talk about Matt Damon again? Like...
We can?
We can. Okay, how about this? Favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movie?
Also, listeners, just so you know, our cat just rubbed all sorts of catnip all over his
Yeah,
face.
producer Robin just did a line.
And now he's inside of a really small box next to me.
So if you hear some nonsense,
Like
just...
all I see is black fur. I don't even see his head. Oh, there he is. So that will probably be some noise in the background.
You know, when it comes to my favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movie, I've got two, and I know that that's kind of a bitch answer, but for nostalgic reasons, for I will love it for all of time, and he was perfect in it reasons,
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet.
Sure. Yeah.
He
no,
does such
he's
a great modern 90s Romeo. He's like the perfect one. As for like his other films, his bigger films, I hate to admit it because we were just shitting on him, but fuck, do I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and he is magnificent in it. The fact he didn't get an Oscar for that is criminal. Like, he's perfect in that film. Same with Wolf of Wall Street, but Once Upon a Time, he is like stunning.
He's great in that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that movie's perfect.
Yeah.
That I was picking would be Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can is a great fucking movie. We should watch that for this show. I mean, we've already done all, we're just working our way through all Leonardo DiCaprio
Have
films.
we done any Tom Hanks movies?
We have not.
Matt Damon.
Fuck it. It's Dogma. It is. It will always be Dogma. I don't necessarily think it's his best, like, acted movie.
Sure. Yeah, he was a young actor. in that.
But fuck, do I love that goddamn movie with every inch of my being. So that's definitely my favorite. When it comes to, like, what I think maybe his best is The Martian. He's finding evil in Interstellar.
I mean, Good Will Hunting is, I think...
Yeah, I've only ever seen that once when I was a kid, and I didn't really pay much attention to it again.
Really?
Yeah, so I haven't seen it.
That'd be a good one to do, too, because we haven't done any Robin Williams.
Well, we did do The Birdcage for our June bonus episode.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, we haven't done any official
Yes.
on the list.
So Matt Damon's done a lot of great stuff, and the Bourne Identity films are what they are. The rest of them are what they are. Whatever, like, it's fine. I adore The Martian.
And
It's
The Martian's
such
great.
a
And
great
he
fucking
is
movie.
great in
Yeah,
it.
he's so much fun in it. But sometimes when I'm watching it, I'm just like, that's just Matt Damon. He's just Matt Damoning it up.
He is Matt Damon a lot.
Which is, I'm worried about that for The Odyssey.
Exactly. Which right now, ever since he was announced as Odysseus, I was like, that seems like a really bad casting choice.
It's a choice for sure.
And I wish Nolan, being a British man,
Yeah.
would put more Brits in his.
I mean, he's had Cillian Murphy all over the goddamn place.
Of course. But Cillian Murphy is not Odysseus either.
No, you're right.
I think there's an Odysseus out there, and I don't think it's Matt Damon, but
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It does feel a little miscast.
I hope I'm wrong
Yeah.
about it all.
Kind of a lot of the cast feels a little miscast. But you know what? We're going to remain open to it.
Matt Damon, of course, played the titular character in Saving Private Ryan. Oh, spoilers.
And of course, he's been in every cameo of every film ever.
I don't know if you remember Titan AE.
I never saw it.
That's okay. That could be a great animated movie choice because that is like Tarzan level animation,
Yeah.
but in space.
Yeah.
And of course, they use a Creed song for the trailer.
Ah, ew.
As far as a favorite from him, I mean, I really love the first Bourne movie.
Yeah.
I think that is the best of them,
Yeah.
and I think that is
They
one of
should
my
stop
favorite
there.
versions of Matt Damon because he doesn't do a lot of hand-to-hand fighting. I mean, it's a very John Wick kind of movie, even though the camera is very jiggly and like right up close in the action. It gets so much worse throughout the franchise.
And also, the story gets progressively stupider and stupider.
And then the Oceans franchise, I think, is...
Oh, yeah, fuck. Ocean's 11 is one of my favorite films.
So I think the Bourne franchise and the Ocean franchise, but Ocean's 11 specifically and Bourne Identity. Next, we could talk about Jack Nicholson. We talked about him, of course, when we...
For The Shining.
The Shining.
Yeah.
Do you have people should also know who he is. I know he hasn't been in anything in 10 years.
Yeah, he's fully retired.
Maybe 15. Like, it's been... I mean, I have not seen a lot of his films. The amount of people that say I need to watch One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Chinatown.
Cuckoo's Nest is a great film. I've seen it.
I haven't seen either one.
That was a movie my dad showed me when I was like a young teenager. And even then I was like, this is very beyond me, but I fucking love it. And it's heartbreakingly beautifully told. So yeah, that would be a fun movie to watch. When it comes to Nicholson, there's something about his persona I really don't like. He's just so over the top and kind of like gross in a way that like, he's like the worst version of Bill Murray is Jack Nicholson. I'm not discounting the fact that he's an incredible actor because he is a phenomenal actor. And as for my favorite movie of his, it's absolutely Batman. I mean,
that's a great choice.
Fucking Batman.
I mean, he did win some Oscars for his best acting for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Terms of Endearment, As Good as It Gets, which I didn't know he won an Oscar for that movie specifically.
Know that either, actually. Yeah, there was that time that he was like the older rom-com guy, which was fun and charming in its own right. But I disliked his character so much in this movie, and I think had
supposed to
a very hard time disconnecting what I felt was actually Jack Nicholson just being Jack Nicholson,
sure,
and Jack Nicholson playing the character. When he asks that like 14-year-old girl, have you started your period yet? And is like blatantly hitting on her in front of her father, made me just revoltingly sick because, I had men talk like that to me at 14 in front of my dad. And it's just, it's gross, fucking, ugh. But also like that randomly unnecessary Coke orgy.
No.
Like where he's like,
it's a lot of kind of random stuff.
Yeah, like it's so just again so unnecessary. I didn't need to know that part of that character to get that character.
Joe Pesci in Goodfellas kind of acts like the same kind of thing, but I think he pulls it off a lot better because Joe Pesci's also funny.
Yeah.
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you. I make you laugh. I'm here to fucking amuse you. What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
There's more of a charm to him than there is to Jack Nicholson for sure.
Yeah.
And
especially as
but
this type of character.
Yeah, and I mean he's still a bad guy and you don't like either one of them really, but
yeah, you're not supposed to root for
Joe Pesci's, he's still all the curse words, all the slurs, all that is still coming out of Joe Pesci's mouth, but I think just his character is just better written, I guess is what I'm going for, than Jack Nicholson's. And I know you haven't seen Goodfellas, but it'll probably be on the podcast eventually.
I mean, I've seen a lot of it. I don't know if I've ever sat down from beginning to end, but I feel like I've seen enough of the clips.
The clips alone.
Yeah.
I mean...
sometimes you see a whole movie that way.
Oh my God. Jack Nicholson as the president in Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
My God,
I haven't
so
seen
good.
Mars Attacks in so long, but I feel like
a film
that we need to put on the list.
The list of stars
Oh yeah,
that show up in Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks is great.
Great movie.
Yeah, especially since that came out the same year as Independence Day. That's insane.
That is insane.
It's insane.
But it also shows you the differences between
the same story told by two different directors.
Yeah. Next, we've got Marky Mark.
You know what?
AKA Mark Wahlberg.
There was a time there where Mark Wahlberg really felt like he was kind of the next big thing, and I was finally starting to like him.
Oh, God, yeah. Right.
And I don't know what happened. Because, like, after Ted, I was like, oh, okay. Never mind. Like, there's
What year did Ted come out?
Ted came out in 2012.
Okay.
Yeah. And, like, there's so many of his movies that are terrible. He does terrible
he does
fucking movies.
absolutely terrible movies. I mean, the most recent one that
Daddy's Home?
Well, the most recent one was
The Family Plan.
what was the one where he's the pilot? Y'all need a pilot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Flight Risk. Flight Risk was directed by Mel Gibson. They didn't want anybody to know that. But they're still letting Mel Gibson make big movies, even though they're trying to hide the fact that they're letting Mel Gibson make big movies. And I don't think Mel Gibson should have ever gotten a comeback. My fondest thought of Mark Wahlberg is the impersonation that Andy Samberg did of him. Hey, goat. Say hi to your mother for me. Like, that is, when I think of Mark Wahlberg, I think of that.
Hey, goat. It's good to see you. I like your beard. I had a beard like that in The Perfect Storm. Did you see that movie? Did you see The Perfect Storm, goat? Say hi to your mother for me, okay?
There's a YouTube show that I watch occasionally. The guys who do Honest Trailers, and they always have these great clips of Mark Wahlberg doing terrible, reading lines terribly, and in The Happening, how the old lady's like, "You're here to kill me." He's like, "No." That's so bad.
I will say that.
But other times he turns around and he does like a really fun, The Italian Job was really fun. Pain and Gain was a decent Michael Bay movie.
Decent fucking movie.
Boogie Nights, I mean, is what he's...
Which I've never seen.
I think what really got him going from being a boy band, teen idol, to finally being like, oh, this guy can do more than just be a teen idol.
Yeah, but then he's out there making fucking balls up about American guys and watching soccer games. Like, I don't know, Wahlberg. But I will say, in this movie, his accent was hard enough for the fact that he was the exposition guy. He was the guy that's telling you everybody's backstories. He's the one that knocks out half of Leonardo DiCaprio's backstory, and I couldn't understand it the first time. It took a second viewing of that scene for me to be like, oh, that's what he says? Like, it's ridiculous. And the entire time he looks like Ike Barinholtz, I think is his name. It was ridiculous. Like, Mark Wahlberg was fucking ridiculous in this movie. And I kind of loved it. That terrible haircut and that god-awful accent, I ate it up.
Oh, God. And it gets even worse in Transformers. You know what? That's probably where I learned to dislike.
Gave up on him.
Because the first one he was in was bad, but it wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
And then...
I mean, those movies were bad from... Like, the first one's perfect, and then it's just bad.
But The Last Night, which was the last, big Transformers... Well, I mean, they've made, 2 or 3 since, but of course. But The Last Night was... it's got a 5.2 on IMDb, and that's too high. Fuck Michael Bay.
Martin Sheen is in this movie.
Martin Sheen is in this movie. I really like Queenan.
Yeah, he's fucking President Bartlett, so anytime I see him, he just instantly puts me at ease. I'm just instantly like, oh, remember?
Remember
what could have been?
What could have been?
I adore Martin Sheen. I always will. I just think he's great. He's done everything. He's done everything.
Yeah, he's been. I mean, yeah, he's done some great stuff. I mean, there's famous things like Apocalypse Now.
Yeah,
is one of his. I mean, yeah, President Bartlett, of course, will always be
kind of definitely one of his biggest
things that he'll be remembered for.
But he was also in Spawn and Gettysburg and
Gettysburg.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Grant? No, Robert E. Lee.
I've never actually seen Gettysburg.
Gettysburg's great. Like, the actors that they have for Gettysburg.
Let's watch it.
Ray Winstone, who we did in our King Arthur episode, played one of his merry men. No, that's Robin Hood.
Yeah, well, I mean,
one of his
knights of the Round Table. They dance whenever they're able. Ray Rincone
This is a silly place.
is an incredible actor, great bulldog of a character actor who's done 1,000 things.
Yeah, I mean, Sexy Beast is like one of his big ones that people know him from, directed by Jonathan Glazer, who did movies like Under the Skin and Zone of Interest.
Alec Baldwin,
Or,
I'm sorry, Jack
Jack
Donaghy. The former head of GE and NBC.
My dear friend, the deep sea explorer Bob Ballard brought over a 2,000-year-old amphora of wine from a sunken Phoenician trading vessel. The wine turned out to be quite toxic. My guests and I spent the stroke of midnight in my garden vomiting.
Alec Baldwin was very handsome when he was...
Oh, God, he was a fucking babe.
damn.
Abraham Lincoln. My favorite Alec Baldwin movie, Beetlejuice. He's so goddamn hot in Beetlejuice.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But for me, he will always be Jack Donaghy. Like, that is the quintessential Alec Baldwin role. And because I love Jack Donaghy so much, I do have a small fondness in my heart for Alec Baldwin. I think he's tired and just wants to stop making movies and retire. I don't know if he will ever be able to afford that. You know, and he's done a lot in his life to make me be like, oh, God, this guy's a dick. But fuck if I don't love Jack Donaghy. And I loved seeing him in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
It made me so happy that was Jack. I could just see Liz sitting in the theater being like, oh, come on. And then storming into his office, just pissed off. Oh my God, I want to watch that episode now.
Early in the movie, we meet Leonardo DiCaprio's character's cousin, cousin Sean.
Yeah.
Played by Kevin Corrigan. He's one of those just pops up in things kind of character actors. Like,
I had to look him up too because I was like, how do I know this guy?
Pineapple Express and True Romance are a couple of his big ones. But he's just been in like almost 200 property like films.
I had to deep dive into this guy because as I was watching him in this movie, I was like, I know him. How do I know him? He's the crazy drama teacher in Community.
Oh, yeah.
The one that helps Jeff pretend to have like a mysteries course or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and every time he fucking popped up in Community, it's a bonkers, cerebral, really bizarre episode. Oh, and then lastly, we've already kind of skipped over her because, again, she's a fucking idiot. Vera Farmiga.
Oh, I did skip
plays
over poor Vera.
The lone female in this movie, the lone woman of any substance. Sure, there are other women in this movie, but do any of them have names or any substance to them whatsoever?
Most of them are hookers.
Their main female, their only female, is a fucking dumbass.
She's not smart.
She's not smart. And now, okay,
She's horny.
I genuinely wrote down what happened to Vera Farmiga, forgetting entirely that she spent the last better part of 2 decades getting in on that Conjuring money. And you know what? Fucking good for her.
That's true. That's what she's been doing.
That's what she's been doing.
4 or 5 of those.
Yeah.
I watched.
She's been in all of them. She's
seen
been
at
in
least
The
4 of
Nun.
them.
She's been in.
Oh, no, I saw.
Yeah, she had a great run in The Bates Motel.
Bates Motel, I really like her. She played Norma Bates,
Yeah.
and she was really good in that. And I never watched it all to the
No,
way to the
I
end.
only watched the first season, but it was pretty incredible.
She was good, and I mean, so was the guy who played Norman.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I was like, she's out there and she's making her money, and I love that, and good for her. Great. And she got to be in a Scorsese movie. She got to be in an acclaimed Scorsese movie. It's just, unfortunately, she plays the dumbest fucking bitch I've ever seen in my goddamn life. First of all, I did not like the way that Matt Damon talked to any woman in this movie. Matt Damon's scumbagginess was
Out in full force?
just, you know what it was, and it was not miraculous. It was magnificent to see because, goddamn it, was he such an asshole. But so he talks down to all the women, but then like she just falls for his shtick immediately, and then after like 2 months, she's moving in with him.
Yeah.
Which
real fast.
Okay, sure, why not? I mean,
and his shtick is so lame.
Oh, his shtick is so lame.
Like, there are women that fall for that, but
and
unfortunately,
he's so mean to people.
So mean to everyone, and it's like, oh, I have to move in with this guy.
He's a little bitch.
Man, such
And
that
she's down for that.
Fri-
And then
I mean, there's so many
course
fragile
she meets
male
Leonardo
egos
DiCaprio.
in this.
Because how does she meet Leonardo DiCaprio? Is he there because of his court-ordered therapy?
It's not. Well, it's not. Yes, it's part of his
parole.
parole.
Okay, so he's there and he's going to them. Why did? Of course, it had to be her. But
Well,
why
of
did
course,
it have to be
that
her?
helps the story. It was in the script.
She ends up hooking up with Leonardo DiCaprio, who I'm
See, and
assuming
that's like
he's
the
the
biggest
dad
thing.
of
That's
the father of the baby.
Yeah. I assumed he was the real father.
Yeah.
And I also
Especially because it implies that Matt Damon's impotent in the film.
I wrote yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote, does Madeline lose credibility when she starts seeing Leo outside of work, even though he has a new therapist?
Absolutely.
And yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, even, I don't think a professional therapist with all the therapy knowledge that they have
Yeah.
would in any way start dating even a former patient.
I mean,
let
there
alone-
have been.
I'm sure
are
there
plenty
have
of.
been, but
I mean, I think Fraser Crane did it at least twice. But
well, Fraser. Well, and he at least had family who I believe told him, "Is this?
okay.
Is this? I don't know if
Yeah.
this is good. Not a good idea to date a former patient,
So-
especially 5 minutes after they were your patient."
my incredible therapist, who I have been seeing for 6 years now, she told me once, and I mean, this was at the beginning of us like getting to know each other, but she told me once, if I see you in a grocery store, I'm going to ignore you unless you acknowledge me.
I remember you telling me that, and I feel that way every time I see our chiropractor in my
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is he allowed? I was like, this is
this
completely
okay?
different because he's just a chiropractor.
Yeah.
He's not a therapist, which is
No, like if I rounded the corner at the grocery store and bumped into her, I would probably say hi.
sure.
And I think that since we've gotten to know each other and we're a bit more comfortable with each other, not that she isn't the utmost professional,
we've known her-
but I've known her for 6 years, so at the very least, I'd be like, "Oh my god, hey, hi!"
and we've
nice
known
to
our
see you.
chiropractor, I think, for almost 6 years
Yeah.
as well.
And I'd be like,
And when he shows up, I'm just like, "Hey, man, how's that going?" Like,
"No," but
it's always
like,
fun seeing.
I'm
him
just
at
saying
my
that
work.
actual professional therapists keep very strict boundaries because they have to.
Because they have to,
And
and it's
I care about her enough that I'd probably be like, "Oh my god, hey, it's good to see you. Have a good day." And like that would be the extent
sure,
of it.
yeah,
Right.
Keep it professional,
super
friendly, but also
friendly,
professional.
you know.
And she is also being professional by saying, "I won't acknowledge you
Yeah.
unless you do
Unless
first."
yeah.
So that
So, like,
brings us
fucking-
to
fucking
does
Leonardo-
Madeline lose credibility?
Yes, yes, she does. She absolutely
Yeah.
does. Especially because, like, she loses credibility when she goes after him and is like, "I'm transferring you to another therapist," and then gives him her card.
Like immediately,
Yeah,
the same
like,
interaction.
I'm getting rid of you as a patient so that I can know you in person. Her character, and you know what? It was nothing to do with Vera Farmiga. She did the best that she could. That is a type of character, that is a type of female character that is so often used. So that's her whole point.
I mean,
Is to fuck and be fucked. And I am so glad that female characters, those characters still exist in modern entertainment, but women have gotten a lot more of their own agency. I was so disgusted by her entire storyline. And the fact that she's pregnant made me so angry because of course she was. Of fucking course she
of course,
was.
yeah. Just to,
God.
I was hoping it was a lie, but you know, she had a photo and everything. Yeah, Scorsese doesn't have a good track record of writing good
No.
female characters.
No. It's going to be
He's
interesting
not
to
always
see
the
how
screenwriter,
Sharon
but-
Stone does in Casino, because I've heard rave reviews for her in that role. But,
I feel like I haven't seen it in years.
yeah.
But from what I can remember from her character, she at least a strong character that doesn't take bullshit from a lot of the guys,
Yeah.
including her husband.
Why couldn't Leonardo DiCaprio just disappear? Just fucking, he's got all that cash on him. Just go to Thailand, buy a new fucking passport, buy a new identity,
I know.
go to Thailand, never be seen again.
He
Just
could've.
fucking dip out.
Out of there.
But I need my identity back. Well, like, maybe you don't. Why?
What were you doing
It's
with it? You
brought
have
you
no
nothing but
family. You
that.
have no friends
You've
other
got a
than
criminal
these
record.
gangsters. What
Like-
you're just going to be a random cop in
No,
Boston?
just
like,
fucking-
you need it out.
You need out, dude. Cash, Thailand, hookers, go. I didn't understand that at all, but I guess he had to die at the end. One more thing that I'm going to talk about, I dislike about before I do lavish some praise onto this film, but I felt like I have done already.
Cast.
That fucking rat at the end of the goddamn movie, running across that giant golden boob that Matt Damon oogled like it was his own mother. And this is the movie that Scorsese won the Oscar for? It's
not his best, because I used to think it was.
Yeah.
For sure, because I love his gangster movies. I love Goodfellas.
It's a
I love
dude's
Casino. I know it's not Scorsese, but I love Godfather, and just
Yeah, you're down for a mobster movie.
I'm down with just a bunch of people just getting shot in the head for dumb reasons. I don't know.
It's just it's
so
generic.
different from other, and maybe it was because they were trying to rip off another movie. Not rip off.
They were adapting another film. And so maybe it's because Scorsese didn't have much of a hand in the writing. I don't know. Or like the overall story. Maybe that's why it felt messy. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I was going to. And also, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say this, and it's going to get me in some trouble, and I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm just not that fond of the Dropkick Murphys. I'm just not.
The fact it's used twice in the movie.
It's so loud.
The beginning for the title card was fine.
Yeah,
a fine
sure.
time to use
Yeah.
it. Like, that's great, but then it
if you
repeated
need to use that song
again. And technically, that was we heard it 3 times because it's on the DVD menu of the movie.
Yeah, I love what they're doing. Their anti-Trump stuff. That's great, but that's not the when it comes to Irish music, I don't want to listen to the death metal version.
I also have to shout out good old Anthony Anderson.
Anthony Anderson is useless.
Short. He's got a small role in this. I think one of my favorite, and it was very early Anthony Anderson. He was in, I think we've talked about it before when we talked about Delroy Lindo, but Romeo Must Die with Jet Li and Aaliyah. I think he's got a very memorable role in that movie. He's also one of Jim Carrey's sons in Me, Myself, and Irene, which is really funny.
He's also a sexual predator. There have been some allegations against him, and he's said some shit, and I have lost my taste for him. So feel free to keep your love of him in the podcast if you want to.
Just guilt trip me.
I'm not going to say anything about it. Nichols is so feral, and I have to appreciate his acting choice. Really, I guess it's just the acting. Because I don't remember much about the music. I don't think that the editing was good at all.
The only editing that I appreciated is at the beginning where they're showing both Leo and Damon at the same time.
Yes.
And like this guy is rising up in the ranks of the becoming a state
let me put it
detective.
this way.
And then he gets that apartment while Leo is told that he'll never be a cop.
Yeah.
And that now he's going to go to jail.
Yeah.
And he's going to become a criminal and be a rat for the Boston police.
Be an undercover agent.
And so you're just seeing these back and forth. And the editing I thought was really fun, going back and forth between these, one succeeding the other one, just going further into the shit.
It's the dirty cop and the clean criminal.
Yeah. I like that aspect of the movie. I like all the sneaking around and the like with the social security numbers and that letter that he spelled citizens wrong.
Yeah.
And then him seeing that on Matt Damon's desk later and putting 2 and 2 together and realizing that he's about to get fucked. I like all that. There's some other things inside of there that I'm just not as into.
Yeah. Anymore.
Which is unfortunate anymore.
I think it's okay to grow out of movies, though.
No, it is, which is why my movie top list changes, especially my top 4 on Letterboxd is always revolving, and a lot of times it's because I just watched something for the first time, whether it's old or new.
Yeah,
and I'll be like, well, this is on my list now. And right now I think I've got like 3 black and white movies and 1
snob.
Hey, they're really good. I think only one of them's in English.
I will say that, yes, the editing to tell the story was okay. The editing in the scenes was terrible. The overall story was all right. Some of the scenes were unwatchable for how often they just showed fucking Matt Damon's face. It was so silly.
Oh, speaking of showing faces, I remember you griping at the beginning about Jack Nicholson being in the shadows.
Oh,
in the
fucking
beginning.
you. God damn it. We were about to get out of this. And
gotta
now we've
cover
got
these
more
things,
time.
you know?
The beginning, how Nicholson's in the shadow the whole time, and fucking young Matt Damon's in the light because he's a fucking little angel boy. It looked so
I mean, I
bad.
understand a little bit of it
There
with
were so many of these shots that looked like they were
evil
against
being in
green
the
screen.
shadows and coming out to
Yeah,
get his claws
meeting him
around this child.
Yeah, no, I get it. I fucking got it. You know why I got it? Because he opened my mouth and shoved his fucking fist down my throat to make me get the goddamn point.
Like with the rat on the railing
Like
at
with
the
the
end.
fucking rat on the fucking railing at the end. Come on, Scorsese, you're better than this.
This was a pity.
You're better than this. How is this the one? I would have rather Shutter Island taken it. And I really didn't like Shutter Island all that much. Fucking now I'm not even from Boston and I'm fucking angry and yelling like a Bostonian. Shit.
I mean, Little Miss Sunshine probably should have won over this movie at least. I mean, Letters from Iwo Jima is a good movie. Babel is okay. Even The Queen is probably a better movie.
Oh, that was a hell of a film. Anyway,
And then when it comes to directing, like, you had the director of Babel, Clint Eastwood, Stephen Frears for The Queen, and then Paul Greengrass for United 93.
Oh,
in this case, I would have said probably Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
For directors.
For what?
Or Stephen Frears, Letters from Iwo Jima.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or Stephen Frears for The Queen.
You know what? Yeah. Get Clint Eastwood doing a World War II movie. Give him the goddamn Oscar. Don't give this to Scorsese. Give Wolf of Wall Street to Scorsese.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Like,
man.
come on, Wolf of Wall Street. This movie is so beloved. And I can see why, because this is just, your dad's fucking turn his brain off sort of movie. And great, and I'm glad for that, and for them that they have a movie like this. I didn't like it. Personally, I'm going to have to give it a 3. Although there were parts I did thoroughly enjoy about it. They were just so silly, and I had to find something to enjoy in it. And it was like the silly fucking voices that So that's, The Departed gets a 3 for me, honey. What about you?
I was going to give it a 3.5.
Okay.
Like, it's not quite a 4 for me anymore.
I was genuinely worried that you were going to be like, I fucking love this movie and I'm going to fight you on it.
I was ready to fight you at the beginning. And I started thinking about everything and I was just like, wait, what do I like about this movie?
Because would we have bought, if you had been like, it's a 5-star movie, I was like, what movie did you watch that I didn't watch?
And it's mainly the story. The story is what I like. I like the main story, not every detail and every line. Those aren't the things that's not what I mean by story, but
it didn't
just
need
the
to
overall
be-
plot.
Yeah.
I thought it's a fun idea for like you said, I think it's a dirty cop and a clean criminal is a really interesting plot for a movie.
That's a fun dynamic.
But
it didn't have to be a Scorsese film.
No, and I really want to watch the Chinese movie now.
Oh.
And maybe even if I can get a hold of them, which who knows if I can even find the Korean and Japanese and Indian versions of this movie, but you never know.
Is there a South African one? Such a bad South African accent.
And that's what Leo's, I think, isn't that Leo's in Blood Diamond? Isn't that his accent in South African?
I was a little bit better. Just a little bit.
It's so bad.
So bad. I want to watch Blood Diamond.
So, Maggie.
Yes, honey.
I have 2 questions for you.
Hit it.
Let's go for a little ride.
Do you regret turning down the Fast and the Furious?
With me, I just thought, well, this will just be stupid. And I thought, no one's going to want to see this movie 8 or 9 different times. I mean, by the 3rd or 4th sequel, people are going to definitely get bored of it.
Right.
If you're going to embarrass yourself in this movie, it will not stop people from going to see it. And I thought it'd be better if I bowed out of that.
Watch your language.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. Fuck you! I think a year or 2 later, I was playing a supporting role in a Vin Diesel movie.
Which was, that movie was called A Man Apart from 2003. So that was him just being interviewed about the possibility that he could have been Dominic Toretto. So Maggie, would the presence of Timothy Olyphant in The Departed have made it a better film?
No. First of all, I don't think he could really pull off a Boston accent. I don't know. I just couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear him doing a Boston accent.
Hear him doing a Boston accent well either.
And also, I don't think having him in the movie would have really changed anything for me. I don't think it would have made the movie better.
Sure. Okay, second question. Who would you have had Timothy Olyphant play if you had to cast him in the film?
That's a tough one because everybody does such a great job in here. And again, I think that he would have been miscast. Yeah, he would have been miscast in this film. But I do think we could replace Anthony Anderson with Timothy Olyphant.
Him playing that trooper wasn't like a character who did a lot.
No.
He just shoots.
He just shoots stuff. Bang, bang.
Anyway, shoots DiCaprio in the head at the end. Yeah. And that's it. And then he gets shot in the head. Just swap out the fucking characters. Swap them out.
You know why? Because Anthony Anderson, not kind of a good guy. No, not really. And Timothy Olyphant would have been there, and he would have been hot, and then he would have gotten shot in the head, and he would have held a gun. And you know what? There is nothing sexier than the way Timothy Olyphant holds a fucking gun.
Watching Timothy Olyphant hold a gun.
That man can shoot a gun. And I don't necessarily...
It is one thing that he got really good at.
He's really fucking good at. Yeah, and I don't necessarily find guns like the most attractive thing. I'm not like one of those girls.
But you watch Justified, Deadwood.
Yeah,
and
The Mandalorian. And every time that man shoots a pistol... And that has been this week's episode of Movie Mingle on The Departed, and we hope that you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. As ever, you can find us on Instagram, Threads, and Letterboxd at Movie Mingle Pod. You can find us on YouTube at Movie Mingle Podcast, and you can write us any questions, thoughts, comments, and concerns, or criticisms, or whatever, at movieminglepod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Next week, join us for our second animated film of this set. We will be doing The Prince of Egypt. Do I know every single word of every song in that movie in some sort of sleeper cell fashion? Find out next week. But until then, take good care of yourselves. Be safe out there. Be happy and kind and share love and joy, because this departed world definitely needed more of that. And just remember, sometimes a rat is just a rat. Scorsese. Christ. Now go mingle. Bye.
Are you an effective team?
We are an effective team.
Let them fight.
How did you just do that? I'm a really good lawyer.
Here on Caladan, we ruled by air power and sea power. On Arrakis, we need to cultivate desert power.
Welcome, Mr. Beach. What's that? Oh, I'm a little confused.
Well, we wouldn't want that, would we?
I don't want to brag, but I will. I was in the Avengers.
The Avengers?
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you. What is that?
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Toga, 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 toga.